Okay, so the problem I have here, trying to work on, is Monster Manual 2. We have the modrons of the outer planes in Nirvana in particular, which later became, in second edition, it became Mechanus, and the modrons got a facelift and got kind of steampunked out. But and all kinds of things were done to make them quote unquote more interesting. But unfortunately, it wasn't grounded in any sort of consistency. So there's impossibilities in second edition, and then also carried on through the various source books in third edition and fifth. So going back to the original, Nirvana was just a single plane inhabited by modrons with their leader at the center. And trying to determine the actual size of the plane, which isn't referenced anywhere, I thought I would look at the telepathy ranges of the various hierarch modrons, and that would give a good indication of the plane size. These numbers seem random. It's like, what do they mean? I mean, why did they choose those distances for telepathy? And it doesn't make any sense unless you know math, which I'm not very good at math, so it's taken me years to have the epiphany that this actually means something. You know, some of these other numbers still don't mean anything to the population numbers, especially with a not finite number of base modrons or monodrons, 300 plus million. It doesn't distinguish how many, but the other numbers like hierarch modrons, the numbers of them are squares of their type. So like a decaton has 100 of those, and they are, decaton means 10, right? Deca. And so 10 times 10, that's a square of 10 equals 100, and that's how many there are. Nonatons, which is 9, the ninth hierarch modron is 9 times 9 is 81, and so on. So there's consistency there. There's, you know, somebody knows a little bit about numbers, made these, and I don't know if it was Jeff Grubb or, you know, Gary Gygax, or, you know, who had the most influence on these things. I guess they're maybe David Sutherland illustrations, David Sutherland III, not for sure. But here we go, these telepathic distances. Turns out that if you look at the range of the sector governors, which is the outermost towers on the circular ring of the sectors, 64 sectors, that the Nirvana plane is divided up into. If you take that 80 miles telepathy range and assume that that's the distance between octons, you know, sector governors on the outer circumference or periphery, that actually measures up to a circumference of about 5,120 miles if you spaced each sector tower along the ring at 80 miles distance from each other. So at 5,120 miles circumference, that would put a diameter of 1,629.747 miles, which that's, you know, it doesn't mean anything with the fraction on the end, but that's very close to, if you see the distance for the secundi at 420 miles, if you times that by 4, then like say you have the diameter broken up into 4 sections, the center and then the midpoint between, 2 midpoints between the periphery and then the points on the end of the peripheries, 2 of those, right, from one end of the diameter to the other, you're looking at a diameter distance of 1,629.747 miles. Didn't I just say that? Wait a minute. It's actually, no, it's 1,680 miles, I think it is. And I actually didn't write it down, but I'm remembering. It's 1,680, I think. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just do, not good at math. 420 times 4 equals 8, 16. Yeah, 1,680. So that's very close to 1,629. And that would mean that, according to the description of the, what is it, the secundii? They are, or the secunduses, they're, see where my glasses here so I can see this. Secundii live in great towered cities near the centers of their realms. Okay, so the center of their realm would include all the sectors and quarters and regions, because the center wouldn't be near, the central tower in the center of the plane. It would be, spaced out, probably halfway between the center and the, so I mean that would basically be 420 miles from 420 miles, right? 420 miles from the center and 420 miles from the periphery, equidistant between the center and the periphery, right? And so that would measure out, very close to the size that I'm, extrapolating from the range. So I mean, the whole thing is consistent. All right. Long story short, this model that I'm coming up with as 1,680 miles. As the basically the rough diameter of the entirety of the circle, that plays out pretty darn close to these telepathy ranges. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and go with. I'm going to say that Nirvana, the governed range of the plane, aside from Primus having telepathy everywhere, but his assistants, so to speak, their telepathic control extends, for the most part, all the way to a diameter of 1,629 miles, right? So that's the size of effectively governed Nirvana and what I'm going to call, Mechanus in second edition. The whole business about second edition putting Mechanus on, or rather Regulus, the realm of the Modrons within Mechanus, on separate cogs is a whole nother issue, because I've built the model of the cogs in diagrams, and I even did, cutouts of cardboard, made little cogs and tried to arrange them in any possible way to make it work, and that did not work. And that's why I'm going back to this Nirvana single circle layout for the realm of Regulus, at least, if you're using second edition onward. Whatever the case, this is a better model. It's consistent. It sticks true to this, and everything with second edition, there's just no way you're going to build an accurate model without warping everything. Okay, that's that.